Greetings YouTube. Today we're looking at the Lumintop AAA keychain flashlight. Defaults to the medium setting, goes down to the low setting, goes to the high setting. I think it's actually pretty good that it defaults to the medium setting, because that seems like a general decent level of illumination, and then goes down to the low setting, which is something that you'd probably use in a vehicle, or you wanted to just read a book in an environment where you don't want to be blinding everybody else. So that's kind of cool. This is a decent level of light, but it's still going to be run at 36 hours at this low level, and that's really impressive off a AAA battery. I'd like to point out that I did receive this as a review copy. So it's going to be above board, and then off, again medium, low, high, which is really quite nice. Next, I think I'm going to get some footage in the vehicle just so you can actually see it in action, you know, the kind of thing that you would actually use this flashlight for. Alright, here we are in my car with the Lumintop AAA flashlight keychain model. We have the medium and the low, and the low setting is really quite sufficient for looking around in your vehicle, reading a map, what have you, checking something on your dash, things like that. Really is the kind of perfect thing that you need for your vehicle, and it is incredibly small, and it really is a tiny little light. Again, one AAA bulb, and if you want to go, whoops, there's medium, low, there's the high. Now obviously you can really light up the inside of your vehicle. Now we'll go get a little shot of my yard, and we'll see what kind of throw this thing has. Okay, we're at my side yard, and here we are on the medium setting, low setting, which you're probably not going to be able to see my stump at all, and then high setting, and it's really quite clear as far as I'm concerned. I'm getting some very decent illumination out here in the yard. I could easily find pretty much anything I needed to find at the high setting, and even the medium setting is really, as far as I'm concerned, very reasonable. And the low setting is going to be difficult to use for doing much of any kind of a searching. So it's got a pretty decent throw for a small light. I really am quite impressed by this fact. I mean, and even at the medium setting, I'm really quite impressed by that. There's something over there glowing in my grass. I may have to go figure out what that is. Could be bad. Alright, so this has been the test outside. Next we're going to go inside and look at the details of the light itself. And here we have the Lumintop keychain flashlight in its package. And first of all, I came with this coupon here that if you go onto their site, I will get a if I put a $5 feedback in, I get $1 to my PayPal account, which I think is quite cute. And they actually, the person that sent this to me actually put some additional notes on here, and they actually used little smiley faces and hearts, which made me smile. I appreciated that effort. So here's the package itself. A bunch of they are very much into being as part of the social media environment, which it's kind of nice to see a company that is responsive. So you've got their company, Facebook, and Tumblr. So it's nice to see that someone is actually using the social media correctly. And it comes in this nice little plastic container. It made me smile when I opened this thing. It's a very nice shape. I appreciate the overall execution. It snaps open. In this little package here, we have an extra butt cap and then a clasp. And that little yellow thing right there, that is the cap that came on the battery, because this has a battery included. And that little plastic disc keeps the battery from engaging during shipment, so the battery does not drain. A nice touch. Here we have the flashlight, and you take it out, and at the bottom you have a little more padding, and you have a couple of spare O-rings, which is also always nice when a company takes into account parts that, you know, are going to receive some wear and tear when you're moving them. Now, again, single AAA flashlight, and the threads on this are excellent. You have a nice thread, well cut, smooth, really good haptic feedback. I know this doesn't matter to a lot of people, but it matters to some of us who really appreciate a well-machined piece of metal. Here you go. Defaults to medium, low, and high. Interestingly, you can also do it by manipulating the head. I have absolutely no idea if that is an advantage in some way. It isn't something I would be doing because I can do a cigar like this. I can easily do it like this. So it's designed for me. It's very much going to be a butt cap application, but it's intriguing that you can actually change that by moving the head. It's an interesting feature. I'd like to hear if anyone out there would find that to be of more use to them than a butt cap. I'd be intrigued to find out from the company if that was a happy circumstance or was it intentional. It comes with a clip here, which is reversible, so you could actually reverse this and put it onto a hat brim if you want to. So you have a keychain light that can be instantly turned into a headlamp, which is a nice feature. Easily clip onto a sleeve or into a pocket. I've seen lots of jackets that have little pockets on them that you could slip things into. This would fit into those quite nicely, and obviously this could slip into a lot of different of the some of the advanced pack harnesses, like Molly compatible. They have lots of loops and stuff. This would easily slip onto that, so you could have a small light flashlight that is IXP8 rated, and it's going to be there when you need it. The keychain here going to pass through one of these two holes here, so you have it on your keychain. It's very light. It's very small. I mean, look at that. You can barely tell I have the flashlight in my hands. In fact, you can't see the flashlight at all when I have my hand like this, and I quite like that feature. This is a really nice little design. I'm very impressed. I've never seen a Lumintop flashlight before. They were nice enough to offer to send me one, and so they did, and I took the offer up, and I'm really very much impressed by this light. And their logo is adorable. It's a bunny. They also have some information on the back, and I'm going to have to break out my magnifying glass for you folks, because this is print. It's very small. AAA. Here we go. Output. 5 lumens, 36 hours, 32 lumens, 4 hours, 110 lumens, 30 minutes. That's not bad. 30 minutes at 110 lumens for a keychain pass light. Max beam intensity, 55 CG. Max beam distance, 42 meters. I don't really have a way of testing that, but I would not be surprised. Modes, 3 modes, medium level default. And then it gives the size, which is 81.5 millimeters long, and 81.5 millimeters long. Diameter is 14, and actually the barrel is 14. What else do we have in here? We have weight is 15 grams. Working voltage, it goes 0.9 to 1.5, depending on probably the battery you have in there. Battery type, again, 1 AAA. Water resistance, IPX8 to over 2 meters. And impact resistance, 1.5 meters. And the nice thing about that is that if you drop this, because you're carrying it in your hand, you're carrying groceries or something, you're never going to have to worry about this being damaged if you're dropping it on the ground, which is important, because I'll be honest with you. I always have a keychain light like this on my car key, and it's just the car key and the light, that's it. My house keys and stuff are in a separate ring. And I have dropped them so many times. So knowing that this thing's rated to handle that kind of a fall without any difficulty is a really nice feature. And I gotta tell you, I find the low mode quite useful in a enclosed, limited range environment, like inside a car. I really think it's good. And also for this kind of thing, in a theater, if you drop something on the phone, for example, I've dropped my phone more than once on a theater floor, and I've used a light like this at a low mode setting to find my find my phone, which is quite useful. And I've helped complete strangers because they were looking for something, and I'd hand them a flashlight. Here you go, and they can find something because they didn't have a light with them. I don't know why everyone doesn't carry a flashlight, but that's just me. So this has been the Lumintop keychain, 1 AAA battery model, and I am very impressed. So kudos to you folks, and thank you for the opportunity to see the flashlight.